It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another video for The Walking Dead. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at something that looks at all of the different properties of The Walking Dead, the original Walking Dead show, Fear the Walking Dead spin-off, World Beyond, as well as The Walking Dead movies. We're going to take a look and try to figure out where is CRM located and also speculate over the location of the other two organizations that exist. So based on an interview that Gimple did, we do know there's 3 large organizations. One of them is CRM, and there's 2 other ones. We've speculated and talked a lot about what each of these communities are. You can actually click the link that's going to drop on the top right to go check that video where it summarizes everything. But in this video specifically, we're going to talk more in depth about the location of these 3 organizations. Before we start though, I do want to remind everyone that tonight we're going to have our live Q&A at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So make sure to join us live and participate on our Q&A if you're interested. Also, if you have not already checked out my reaction to the premiere of The Mandalorian, make sure to go check that out because I will be putting out my reaction to episode 2 tomorrow. So before I post my reaction to episode 2 tomorrow, make sure to go and check out the reaction to episode 1. The link to that will also be in the description, and you can click the link that's going to drop on the top right to go check that out. So with all of that said, let's jump right into it. First, let's take a look at these 2 scenes that were in season 5 of Fear the Walking Dead. I think this one was in episode 1 if I'm not mistaken. But in this episode, of course, we have Al finding a soldier who's from the CRM, and she basically finds these documents. And in the documents, we not only have the 3 circle symbol that represents the organizations that we've talked about, the 3 organizations, and also it has the CRM stamp, which indicates that these documents come from an organization named CRM. As part of those documents, there's also little cards that have outlines of different maps. These cards are basically representing different states. Each of these states are going to be different organizations. I could be totally wrong about this, but everything just seems to be pointing towards that. Now, this is one of the cards that Al found. And on the card, you can see clearly the outline of what seems to be a US state. Now, I was not able to identify exactly which state it could be, but, I'm leaving that to you guys for the most part because I've tried really hard to figure out which state this is, but I couldn't. And at the same time, I could be totally off in thinking that this is a US state. So if you have other information or if you have other speculations, let me know in the comment section below. I just don't want to know any spoilers, so if you have any spoiler information, please do not share that with me. But if it's purely speculative and based on information that we already know about, let me know in the comment section. Now, aside from this one, there was also this card with this map on it that was found. Now, when I looked at this, I did some digging, and based on some other information that were released, I came to the conclusion that this was probably the outline of the state of Ohio. Now, I have the state of Ohio on the screen here. You may be thinking that it doesn't necessarily match up with the outline that we have, but if you rotate the map of the state of Ohio a little bit, you can see that at this point, it's closer to the outline that Al found. Now, others have also stated that it could be the state of Oregon, because if you look at the state of Oregon, again, if you flip it just a little bit, you can see that it does match the outline as well. But myself, I lean more towards it being Ohio, and I'll tell you the reason for that in a few minutes. And then there's also another card that was found with this outline on it on the bottom left. Now, again, for this one, I couldn't necessarily match it up with any of the US states. So if you can figure that out, let me know in the comment section below. And again, if you think that these are not US states, also let me know in the comment section. Now, as we do see in another shot that I have on the top right, there are many cards, maybe more than 3 cards. So it's entirely possible that there could be many more states that are part of this big organization. Maybe they have 3 big communities and then many other smaller outposts. And each of these cards represent an outpost or just the main community. Now, going back to what I said earlier, if you take a look at this picture that I have on the screen, the one on the bottom that has Civic Republic, Portland, and Omaha written on it, that picture was actually a picture that was leaked in a way from the set of The Walking Dead's third spin-off, World Beyond. That picture wasn't posted online by official sources, but it was posted by just one of the cast or crew that worked on the show. Now, why is this important? One of the key things that we can see right off the bat is the 3-circle symbol that basically comes up all the time when we talk about CRM, the organization that took Rick, and all of those discussions. So that's a clear giveaway that this is connected in some way, shape, or form. Now, another thing that's interesting is what we do know is that they are celebrating Monument Day. And if we dig deeper, we can basically put the pieces of the puzzle together because they are celebrating Monument Day. Monument is something that's actually shared in all of the titles of the 3 organizations. These are more or less my speculations, but I think there's a lot of clues for that. So what I'm trying to get at is that CRM is basically Civic Republic Monument. And that's one of the biggest theories or predictions that I had a while back, and I still stick by that. And in a similar way, there's another big organization like CRM called Portland Monument, or PM, and that one is most likely connected to the new story arc that we're gonna have coming up in The Walking Dead's original show with Commonwealth. Again, if any of these are going over your head, go check out that video that I posted because it will explain everything for you. The link to that will also be in the description. In the same way, Omaha is basically part of the community that the World Beyond story from The Walking Dead's third spinoff is a part of. And if we put all of that together, we can see that Civic Republic Monument, CRM, is most likely the community that Rick was taken to. And based on the teaser, we can basically predict that that's probably in Pennsylvania because Philadelphia is in Pennsylvania and they showed us the skyscrapers of Philadelphia during the teaser for the Rick movies. In the same way, Portland is a city in Ohio, so that could be where that's from. And why do I say that with such confidence? Well, that's because in the comic book, there's a community called Commonwealth that I just kind of mentioned, and that is in Ohio. So what I'm trying to get at here is that the outlines of the states that Al found could be Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Nebraska. Now, I completely agree that the outlines don't necessarily match up for the most part, but like I said before, there's definitely more than 3 cards. So what that means is that there's probably more outposts or more smaller communities that's a part of these 3 big organizations. Maybe they'll reveal later on that these 3 states are amongst the cards that were found. So that's pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about here. I know this video was a little bit all over the place, but I did want to kind of give you guys a good rundown of everything that we can kind of put together in terms of the location of the 3 big organizations that we have in The Walking Dead's universe. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video. If you like what you see, press like, subscribe for more content, and press the bell button to receive notifications for daily uploads.